When a couple goes through a divorce and they own real estate, understanding the type of real estate that they own and the nature of that real estate is very important. If the real estate is simply a marital home or a piece of land, then it's handled a very specific way. If, however, the real estate is part of any kind of a business entity, then it needs to be looked at and some other considerations need to be made when dividing that type of real estate in a divorce settlement. The value of a business is going to be based on several different things. The business is going to have some revenues, some amount of money that it makes that will be a part of the equation to determine what its value is, what its annual revenue income is, and what the trend of that revenue has been over the period of time that the couple has owned it. Another component to determining the value of a business are the various assets. The business may have both some fixed assets as well as some non-fixed assets. So the best way to give an example would be, for instance, a plumbing contractor. The plumbing contractor has some accounts receivables. That is an asset. The plumbing contractor has some goodwill. They have existing clients that they do work for. That is part of the valuation that goes into that plumbing contractor's business. The plumbing contractor has some tools. They have some vehicles. All of those are factored into the value of the business. And the plumbing contractor may own a warehouse. That warehouse is a piece of real estate and is part of the entire value of that business. The reason that it's treated a little bit differently is if a couple is agreeing that they're going to consider a business as a marital asset, then they want to be careful if they're going to break out parts of that business. For instance, in this example we've given of the plumbing contractor, the total value of that business will include the value of that building. And the value of that building may be a little bit different than valuing a marital home as real estate, because in a business environment there has been depreciation costs that have been taken on that building, and in the event that the building were to be sold, there will be consequences of that would be different based on how they've handled that building in their taxes prior to that. All of these things sound a little bit complicated, and they can be. However, a mediator with experience combined with the individual's accountants can craft an agreement that factors these things in, and establishing a fair division of all of the assets. It's just important that you don't immediately treat real estate that is part of a business the same way that you would treat real estate that is non-business related, for instance, as a home. And each case is different, and each case requires a significant amount of creativity. The more control that you keep over those decisions, the better the outcome is going to be. Letting a judge and attorneys guide that decision can be very expensive, and it can yield an outcome that oftentimes both parties don't like. So make sure that the mediator understands and that you're transparent about the business and the nature of the business and the tax methods that were used in handling the real estate in part of that business, and the mediator will help you craft an agreement that is fair for both of you.